And the one and only Ivan debuts exclusively on Disney Plus on August 21st. And Ginger, those voice actors, Helen Mirren, Angelina Jolie, Danny DeVito, Sam Rockwell. So it's a really impressive cast.
That's some good voices, definitely. And I've worked with some of those green screen things. It's amazing what they can do. Now I've got a GMA moment for you, and this one comes to us from the Louisville Zoo. Interestingly enough, we didn't plan this. We didn't know we were coming right after this. Is that not the sweetest thing moments that we can share them with the rest of the world? And let's go ahead and get checked out a little closer to home.
Take a look at our 7-day that's out for really today and all.
Do right now. Thanks, Rebecca. We're going to head over to Ginger.
And Cecilia, I'm heading to Texas because, Laura, now officially a hurricane will rapidly intensify. We're going to see impacts as soon as late Wednesday night and definitely by Thursday morning. Wind speeds, this model has Port Arthur close to 110 miles per hour. A major hurricane. So we could see gusts in excess of 115. You'll definitely see storm surge anywhere from Galveston and Houston all the way to New Orleans and Biloxi under storm surge watch. When you see this, though, I want you to know that the westward shift of this track will continue. So 7 to 11 feet could start moving back toward Houston and Galveston. Right now it is focused on southwestern Louisiana, but even 2 to 4 feet as far east as Lake Pontchartrain. So big wind field going to be pushing toward the coast Wednesday night and Thursday. And don't forget the rain. You could see in excess of 1 foot. We will keep you updated. But for now, let's go ahead and get a check a little closer to home.
And we are watching a little batch of thunderstorms over the mid-Hudson Valley
and kicking up the waves and surf on Dauphin Island, Alabama. Meteorologist Ginger Zee live in the Gulf tonight. She's in Alabama. You can see the water kicking up there. Ginger, what does the latest track show?
David, we are 24 hours from this making landfall, and you see that bridge behind me? We were thinking we could be live from Dauphin Island, the barrier island there. We had to leave because the causeway was already taking on water. That's how broad and impactful this will be for the next 48 hours. So let me take you to the maps, because not only is the Gulf of Mexico churning here, that storm is more than 100 miles from my southeast, but it is moving west-northwest, and it's slow. That slow movement is going to be key with this track as it makes landfall late tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning somewhere in eastern Mississippi along that Alabama state line. It's not the line of where the eye passes. It's that broad area that's going to be impacted from Pensacola, Florida, back to, say, Slidell. New Orleans still finds themselves in a hurricane warning, and flash flood watches extend all the way to Birmingham, Alabama. That stationary front's not helping. That's going to act as a little bit of a barrier, keeping it even slower. You see, we stopped the time there, David. Wednesday, midnight, rainfall and surge are going to be the biggest parts. We could end up with 15 to 20 inches of rain. I really wish I could tell you that this is going to scream out to the north after that, but it looks like even a half foot of rain possible into central Alabama, too.
And you showed us that front that's going to really slow it down, making it even worse. Ginger, thank you. And as you heard Ginger say so often, the right side of the hurricane, the dirty side of the Los Angeles to Portland to Seattle, some of the unhealthiest air in the world now. In fact, families are being warned to simply stay inside. President Trump in the California fire zone today, the governor there pleading directly to the president to look at the evidence that climate change is real. President Trump then telling
relentless spot fires are only expected to get worse throughout the week, threatening hundreds of more homes. The record-breaking fires have delivered a tragic toll, at least 27 killed. The North Complex fire has seen 2,000 structures damaged or destroyed. Tonight, the town of Berry Creek is a wasteland. The area is 5 miles wide and everything in sight is incinerated.
Everything you ever owned in your life and collected is all right there. Gone. It's heartbreaking.
At least 71 major fires are burning through the West. In Oregon, they're warning of a mass fatality incident with at least...
I had seen videos, but it's 1,000 times worse than I could have ever imagined.
Tonight, the smoke remains a dangerous hazard to millions. San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle have the worst air qualities.
Rated to a Cat 2, winds 100 miles per hour. Let's get right back to Ginger tonight. Ginger?
David, I've just felt those first stinging raindrops that hit your face with this wind, and we are going to be wet for the next 36 hours here. I want to take you through the timing. The radar is where we begin, so you can see that center of the storm starting to wrap up, head west-northwest toward the coast. Anyone, coastal Mississippi through Alabama, the panhandle of Florida, need to watch for that heavy rain and surge. Look at the timing, landfall just about midnight, somewhere in eastern Mississippi. But remember, broad spectrum that's going to be impacted by this storm. This time tomorrow night, we'll be closing in on landfall, David.
All right, Ginger, we'll see you then. Ginger and Rob there in the storm zone, and of course our team in the fire zone as well. We'll stay on.
Let's go back to Ginger. Hey, Ginger, again.
Hey there, let's get to the Tuesday Trivia, sponsored by Casper. Your most life-changing sleep. Michael, serious situation setting up in your hometown right now. That outer band, poor placement for that on beta there. Driving through Houston, you could easily see another 4 to 12 inches on top of what you've already had. Locally up to 20, and Louisiana, you're going to get some impacts by Wednesday too. Let's get a check now a little closer to home. Oh, can't wait to read. And thank you, Robin. Good morning, everybody. Happy fall, y'all. You see in the Arrowhead of Minnesota, it certainly looks like it. These aerial photos just really take you there. So today is the autumnal equinox. That is one of 2 days a year, very special, where we get the sun directly over the equator. Fall begins 9:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Enjoy. Let's get a check now a little closer to home.
Making that to Long Island. That's from Teddy. You can.
And now we go to an extraordinary program in Seattle that brings farm fresh food to the tables of those who need it most. This segment, sponsored by Wells Fargo, which has teamed up with Feeding America to run drive-up food banks around our nation. Here's the story. On this 10-acre farm just north of Seattle, Washington, everything grown is not for, it's harvested. It's a mission. We're back now with a boxing coach who refuses to stop fighting for the children of his community. The segment is sponsored by Lay's, whose Smile with Lay's campaign is honoring people across our nation who promote positive change. In Detroit, Michigan, young people are hitting the bags hard, but are hitting the books even harder.
I saw a
decade before COVID-19, Collie Sweeney and his team have fought to...
We go back to the basics. We go at the pace where the kid can be successful.
My name is Renard Robinson, Jr. I'm in the 12th grade currently. With tests, I kept getting low grades because I couldn't understand the questions, couldn't even read them. Now I already have a few colleges that I'm thinking about applying.
And the smiles of 30 other inspiring Americans placed on millions of bags of potato chips. Their incredible stories are written on the back, with up to $1 million in proceeds going to Operation Smile. All of them changing lives and strengthening their communities. Those everyday smilers were nominated by friends and family, and those special bags of Lay's are on shelves now, so you can get them. We'll be right back. GMA's Rise and Smile could see up to 9 feet of inundation. So storms.
Charles, Louisiana, and we know Hurricane Laura just devastated that city 6 weeks ago. You know, we can see the damage right there behind you, Rob. We're thinking about those families.
Current